Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy, gorgeous day. This is going to be, I'm so excited to share this. So, when I place this on my podcast, this is going to be my 200th podcast episode. I cannot freaking believe it. 200 episodes. That is insane. Well, I just want to welcome all of you. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to see you here. We're going to be talking about how my clients lose 50 pounds and keep it off. What are the 5 things that I see every single day, day in and day out, after doing this work for over 24 years? What do my clients who lose 50 pounds? What do they do to lose weight and keep it off? And so I want to talk about these 5 things because these are crucial, pivotal things that when you know these secrets, you can start to really hunker down and see maybe where is it as you're thinking about December and this next year, where is it that you might be struggling in your weight loss journey? And can you apply some of these different tactics, different ways of showing up for yourself in a way that will really help and serve your body? So let's get started by letting me share with you 5 things that every single one of my clients who's lost over 50 pounds has done to lose weight and then, most importantly, keep it off. So let's dive in. So the first thing is they did weight loss their way. A lot of you think you have to do it somebody else's way. You do not. It is so important that you find what feels good for you. And if that means doing keto is what feels good to you, or if that means counting calories is what feels good to you, or if that means not doing any diets, which for me is what feels the best for me, then I want you to know that you have to figure out what feels in integrity with your heart, your soul, your life, your body, because each of you could find a different strategy, a different program, but you have to make it your own. So I teach, of course, to honor your body, to listen within. I teach you about how and what I learned from the Naturally Thin. But each and every person who's lost 50 pounds and kept it off, they did it in their specific way. Yes, they may have incorporated a bunch of tools that I gave them. Yes, they may have incorporated some things, but they ultimately created what works for their life. And I think it's really important because a lot of times you all feel like you have to do it somebody else's way. You do not have to lose weight somebody else's way. If it does not feel in alignment and integrity and the way you want to live your life, do not lose weight that way. If you cannot sustain the way in which you are trying to lose weight, then you've got to find something that really works for you to sustain it and maintain it and to live it and to breathe it. So that here's what my clients say that they love. They love knowing that when they've hit their goal weight, they don't go off of anything. You can't find something to go on and off of. It has to be what you do so that when you hit your weight loss goals, you just keep maintaining. So much easier, so much better, so much more fun. So the first thing is you've got to do weight loss your way that fits into your life and is not something that you go on and off of, on and off of. That does not work, okay? When you hit your weight loss goal, you've got to it's just like all of a sudden my clients are like, I know what to do tomorrow. Yeah, I just hit my weight loss goal. Yeah, I'm down 50 pounds. Okay, and I know what to do tomorrow. I never had to give up anything. I never had to do anything. I know what I'm doing. This is how I'm maintaining a life. Okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, you've got to stop overeating. All of my clients who've lost 50 pounds or more really hunkered down and focused on mitigating any of that overeating that they were experiencing, whether that was late night overeating, whether that was at each meal, going beyond, you know, that feeling where you're like, but I really just want a little bit more. Can I have just a little bit more? I just need a smidge more. They got really good at managing that voice inside of their head that helped them, and they faced it, so they stopped overeating. So if you're finding that you're overeating at lunch or dinner or breakfast or late at night, and you're turning to food and you're over consuming, putting too much food in your body that your body needs, you're taxing your digestive system, you're taxing your body. Maybe you're experiencing GERD, or you're experiencing indigestion, you're experiencing the impact, low energy from that overworking digestive system that is happening. All of my clients who lost 50 pounds and kept it off really reduced. I'm not saying it never happens, because even the naturally thin, it only happens 2 to 3% of the time, but they reduced that overeating significantly and spent a lot of time really looking at that voice in their head that said, come on, let's just keep going. Let's eat more. Let's focus. Let's keep on going. I want another bite. I deserve it today. They had to face those conversations that led to overeating. So every single one of my clients, just like you can face your overeating and tell me. I want to hear from you. For those of you who are on, I want to hear from you. How many of you are still struggling with overeating? How many of you are still finding that overeating is showing up? And I want to hear how. How is it showing up? I'm going to write in here, how is your overeating showing up for you? I want to know. Is it at night? Is it during the meals that you're experiencing? How is your overeating showing up? I want to know. And the second thing, and then the first thing, they lost weight their way in a doable, realistic way that could fit into their lives. How are you trying to lose weight? Is the way you are approaching food, approaching your body, and approaching weight loss doable for you long term? And you should be saying, yes, absolutely. I bought in. I love it. For me, I was so inspired by the naturally thin and so inspired by seeing how they beautifully honored their body that it motivates me. It inspired me to want to be, quote unquote, normal with food, and to be in a body and to be in a relationship with food where there wasn't force, there wasn't have tos and shoulds and musts and all this languaging around what I had to do. It felt very in alignment when I started interviewing the naturally thin to really see and experience them and to see how natural it was for them. And I wanted that too, because I knew if I could naturally start to listen to my body, honor my body, then I knew I could keep doing it. And that to me was something that was very inspiring. I want whatever you're doing to feel in alignment and to feel inspirational. Okay? The third thing, they had to separate every one of my clients who lost 50 pounds or more and has kept it off, separated their emotional world from their physical world. And what does this mean? They started to see when they were turning to food for emotional reasons. So if they were turning to food for emotional reasons, and most people who come to me and want and seek out advice and want to do this work are emotional eaters, are turning to food and combining comfort eating, love with food, comfort with food, numbing out with food, avoiding things, procrastinating, and food. So what they started to do is separate their emotional world and their emotional needs with food. So food starts to become just simply physical. I'm hungry. I'm done being hungry. They put it in that camp. And then the emotional world and their emotional needs started to be dealt with in an emotional way. And so when you are looking at your emotions and how you may or may not be tying them to food, I want you to look at and think about, how often am I tying my emotions to and alongside food? And if you are, this is a great opportunity for you to really start to separate. And how do you do that? One is you start to feel your feelings. You stop being scared of your feelings and you start to be open to actually feel them, acknowledge them, understand why your brain wants you to turn to food when it's late at night and you're tired, or you need comfort, or you need love, or you're so lonely you are craving connection. Then it's about dealing with your need for connection versus tying food to that. Okay? So that's number 3. Number 4, they access the power of their mind to lose weight. I don't believe anybody can truly lose weight if you're an emotional eater, an overeater, if you struggle on the emotional side with food. I do not believe you can lose weight without doing the inner work for long-term weight loss success. I just don't believe it, because there's so much that oftentimes those of us who are emotional eaters, those of us who turn to food and overeat, there's so much emotional stuff that gets put in and connected to food. So you've got to be open and willing to do the mental work to really begin to see a difference. And what does mental work look like? It means just start being aware of what it is that's happening inside of your head when you're eating, before you eat, your desire to overeat. What is happening? So we use the power of the mind to really help support weight loss. And my clients who have been so successful at losing over 50 pounds, keeping it off, have gotten really good at using things like visualization to see themselves successful. We use NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, looking at things like segment ritual intending, using the mind to help support the feeling inside of their bodies now to create the bodies that they want. So do this with me right now. Okay, visualize yourself. Just imagine for a moment that you're at your exact ideal weight. And just notice how that feels. Notice what happens inside of your body. Like, you're at your ideal weight, you're celebrating the holidays, you're feeling amazing, you're going into 2022 feeling like a rock star, you feel good, you feel alive. How does that feel inside of your body? It feels freaking amazing, doesn't it? It feels awesome. Using the power of our mind. And all we did is we connected for 20 seconds, a minute maybe, to the power of our vision of who we want to be. We've connected to our future selves. Those clients of mine who lose weight and keep 50 pounds off do a lot of connecting to their future selves. They access the power of their mind. And they do it on a regular basis to keep the momentum, to keep their vision, to keep them moving forward in a powerful, positive way. How many of you are accessing, connected to your future self? The you that you want, the weight loss that you want to see, the body you want to have. How many of you are connected to that future vision of yourself that you are here to create for yourself this year, next year, in your life? How many of you? I want to know. And let me go back and see your comments where you say grabbing stuff from the pantry. Yes, so there's some overeating that's happening for you with grabbing some food just from the pantry. It happens at night when I want to numb out in front of the TV, and also when I'm eating something really yummy during the day. So Stephanie, you're seeing yourself having that those overeating moments throughout the day. And what I would encourage you to think about doing is put it in the context of your naturally thin selves by eating in a way where you have those yummy foods. You just have them in a way when your body's hungry. You just look and seeing if we can, yes, have them, but have them in a way that really works for your body. Okay? So how many of you, I want to hear your comments. I still want to see how many of you are paying attention and finding or connected to your future self. How many of you are connected to your future self? How many of you are seeing yourself on a regular basis be successful in a thinner, lighter, healthier body? How many? Are you doing that or are you not? If you are not, this is such a great opportunity for you, is to start connecting to the future you and bring it in, bring it home. Know that you can absolutely be this person. You're getting better at it. Awesome. Awesome. And you've had such great results. It's no wonder. Want to be, but find it a struggle. What if you just let go of the struggle? And just in a moment, just like right now, Marion, just connected in this moment to becoming the best version of you because it feels awesome. Just connect. And if you can't see it, you can feel it. And if you can't feel it, you can see it. And if you can't see or feel it, hear the words of you telling yourself that you have reached that. Imagine wearing the clothes that you feel the best in. Feeling light and comfy and powerful, seeing clothes, trying on clothes and being like, whoa, some of these in my closet are getting real loose here. What's happening? And I'm so glad, Paula, the daily reflection that we do in the morning and evening really helps. Yes, if you are part of the 8 weeks, 8 pounds down, one of the things that we're doing is a morning reflection and evening reflection. And we're doing that to intentionally create the body you want. When you're intentional, meaning that you're visualizing, you're seeing it happen, you are creating it, and you put into place action items that will help support the you that you want to be, you create that. And then you reflect in the evening looking at, how did I do? How did I do for the day? What did that look like? How did that feel? What did I experience? What could I do tomorrow that I could adjust and shift? That might even help me more. Or what am I so proud of tonight that I did that is working so well that I want to repeat tomorrow? That's the work. When you create intentional weight loss, we do it through visualization. We do it through crafting and creating the intention that you want by doing some daily reflections, by doing some work in the morning and in the evening. Beautiful, beautiful job, Paula. Awesome job. So we know that those who have lost 50 pounds and kept it off for years and years and years, because remember, I've been doing this 24 years. I've worked with a lot of people who have lost 50 pounds and kept it off. They access their mind. They access and connect to their future selves. And number 5, they keep getting back up no matter what. Fear, frustration, gaining a few pounds, a bad weekend, a bad several weeks, a bad month, a loss, a death, painful. These things are part of our lives. It's just what happens at times. But they just keep getting up. They keep showing up for themselves and they keep getting back up. How often do you, when you feel like you didn't do something well, you go hunting for the next bright, shiny object diet or program, and then you try that, and then that feels frustrating, and then you try that, and then you try that, right? What if you're doing, so this is why let's put all this together. If you have something that you're doing that you know feels in alignment with you, excites you, and is getting you weight loss results, you just come back to that, right? Secret number 1, which is doing weight loss in a way that works for you, that is doable for you. that is in alignment with what it is that you want. So the clients that I've had that have lost 50 pounds, and then they are so excited to be like, oh, I lost 50 pounds and I'm keeping it up. They just keep getting back up. There's an openness and a willingness to reflect inside of themselves, to look at what's going on, right? Number 2, they stop overeating. Number 3, they separate their emotional world from their physical needs, which means that number 4, they also use visualization. So do you see the holistic nature of this entire cycle of weight loss? They're using their mind, they're connecting to their future selves. They're using a program or a way of losing weight that feels in alignment. There's nothing to go on and off of. They stay connected to their body. They're open to seeing emotionally why they're turning to food, right? And they just keep getting back up over and over and over and over again until that weight loss gets crushed and they are at the weight that they want to be at. And that is what, it's not to say they get those 50 pounds off and all of a sudden it's magic. It's like, woohoo, I never have to think about this again. No. It's that they have a whole system working together, a whole system that's holistic, working together to have them lose weight and keep that weight off. Because if you're open and willing to do the mental work, to look at why am I overeating? Why am I turning to food? What is going on with my body and my relationship with food? And you spend the time doing that work and you reflect on it and you move through it, then all of a sudden you're not scared of your feelings. You're showing up for yourself. You're being intentional. You're connecting to your future self. And you're doing it in a way that works with your heart, your soul, your best version of yourself. That is how weight loss gets to happen for people and gets to happen over a long term. What doesn't work is when people typically quickly decide that they want to lose weight. They do something extreme. They do it for 4, 5, 6, 10 days. They lose weight. Absolutely. They lose weight. But then what? They can't maintain it. And so because they've said, be good, be good, be good, be good mentally for so many days, what happens is there's an equal and opposite binge that happens. And then that binge creates the weight gain back to where they were or up. Could be a little less, but it creates that weight gain. And then there's a hunt for, oh, I've got to find something else to do because that didn't work. I just gained that weight. I want you to stop being in such a rush to lose weight. And I say that, I know you're during the holidays, you're like, what? I'm going to see family in a couple of weeks. Come on, I want to be rushed. But I want you to stop being so rushed, because when we make decisions from a rushed vantage point, we oftentimes get let down and disappointed. We get less disappointed because we keep then the struggle alive. And so I want you to think about right now, what if you could end this struggle? What if you could take this struggle away? And instead of it being a struggle, you just create a life that supports thinness, that supports health, that supports vitality, that supports you confronting your feelings and emotions. What if we took all the anxiety away and just allowed for yourself to create a body you want? Wouldn't that be awesome? And that's what, when I work with women who want to lose 50 pounds and they start losing the weight, they're shocked at how easy it can be if they let go of the anxiety. If they can let go of the holding on so tight, I got to lose this weight, I got to have it now, I got to do, there's something wrong with me, I'm not doing this right. If they can let that go and start literally honoring their body and sinking their teeth into what emotionally is going on with them and why they're tying food to their emotions and start to separate this out, what happens is food gets to have this beautiful, nice place. The people that I work with who have lost over 50 pounds and have kept it off do not all subscribe to the same eating strategy. They don't all eat the same foods, in other words. Some of them do really well with protein. Some of them do really well with protein and good quality fat. Some people have no problem absorbing rice and breads and all of those things. But part of losing weight and being connected in is knowing what will work for you. What does your body do when you have those foods? Only you can tell me that. If your body does amazingly well with breads and rice and all of these things, amazing. Because many naturally thin people that I interview do. Their bodies do beautifully with it. And other naturally thin people that I interviewed said, no. It makes me bloated. It makes me gain 3 pounds overnight, it feels like, if I just have a bagel. If I just have a sandwich, I feel bloated after that. So they adjust. Part of honoring and listening to their bodies is that they adjust. They swap foods for other foods that taste good for them and that make them feel and look their best. So, are you swapping those foods that don't work well in your body? Are you doing that? I'd love to see. Marion, you're very welcome. Yes, never give up. Yes, Paula, awesome. Good. Right? Are you making those swaps, or are you eating those foods and they're driving your body crazy? You're feeling inflamed. You're feeling like every time you eat them, it's like you're on rinse and repeat. Oh, every time I have that pizza, I feel totally like crap. But then I want that pizza again, and then I feel like crap. I'm not saying to give up the pizza. What I am saying is adjust the pizza so that it works for your body. Are you open and willing to do that? Are you open and willing to take a little bit of time to figure out if there's a pizza type that will work better for you and your body? Then have that. Then get the psychological and physiological satisfaction from that. That's how you lose weight and keep that weight loss going down, because you address the inflammation that you're having. And if you address that inflammatory response, your body's response of going, oh, when I eat this, I just bloat up. I just gain weight. If you can address that by honoring your body and making those swaps, then all of a sudden you don't have the psychological feeling inside of you that says I'm deprived, that says I can't do this, that says this is hard, that says there's something wrong, that says I got to just eat all of this. Who cares? But when you actually give your body, here's a bonus. Here's another thing that the naturally thin, or that my clients who have lost over 50 pounds have done. They make sure that every single meal that they eat, or at least most of the meals, are both psychologically and they're physically satisfying. That their meals are both psychologically and physiologically satisfying. Why is this so important? With diets, a lot of times what happens is you eat what's on the program, whether it tastes good or not. You eat it and you eat it and you eat it, and all of a sudden, you all been there, you know what I'm talking about. You avoid certain food groups, you avoid certain foods, and all of a sudden it builds, and then you say, no, I can't have it, I gotta be good, whatever that language is, and then you go into a binge, or you explode and you overeat. When your meals are both psychologically and physiologically satisfying, what happens is that your body and your mind both get what they need at each meal, and there's less hunting that you're going to be doing when you feel psychologically and physiologically satisfied. Any inflammatory response inside of your body dissipates and goes down. and you are feeling good, and your body's able to use that food for fuel, and there you go. So it is essential for any of you wanting to lose 50 pounds or more that your meals are both psychologically but physically satisfying as well. That you don't have, you're not like, it's always psychologically satisfying, Marta, but what about the physically satisfying? Is it working for your body? If you have both of those working together, you can maintain and you can lose weight and then maintain it for years and years and years to come. Okay? So let me just repeat real quickly what the 5 and the bonus 6 things are that we talked about today. 1, my clients who've lost over 50 pounds and kept it off, make sure that the program, whatever they're doing, their way of eating is something that is doable, that they're bought into it on a psychological level, physical level, they're in alignment with the process, and there's nothing to go on or off of. This is their way of life. 2, they stop overeating. 3, they separate their emotional world with their physical world. Okay? They separate out. They feel their feelings and they start getting in front of their emotional eating. 4, they connect to their future self. They access their mind. They use the power of their mind to help support them to lose weight by connecting and accessing their future selves. 5, they get back up. Crap's going to happen. Life is going to happen. Weight gains, those moments where you gain a few pounds are going to happen. They just keep getting back up and doing this work. They don't let anything get in their way. Another way to say this with many of you here, we say all the time, is they are solution oriented. They just keep getting back up and they are solution oriented. And the bonus number 6, their meals are both psychologically and physiologically satisfying so that they reduce inflammation, they keep seeing their bodies lose weight, they psychologically are liking the food, so there's nothing to go off of or on, they enjoy their meals, but physically it also works in their body. You put those together and you have an incredible working weight loss machine for you who wants to lose over 50 pounds and keep it off. If you have any questions or thoughts or worries or concerns about how you are going to make that happen now and into this next year, please, you can always reach out to me. You can direct message me. You can find me here at ThinWithin Results. If you're on Facebook, you can go to thinwithin.com and ask me questions. Or you can take the free weight loss course that I have for you. Or join my member community where I do coaching. And I coach you on any of these areas that you may or may not be struggling with. And if you're struggling in an area like this or any of these areas, that's the opportunity. Like I go in there. In fact, I go in there, I think tomorrow, and I coach you around these areas that you need support around. And we have a small, intimate community. I get to know each and every one of you very well and understand your challenges, your successes, where you're at, and what you need. So if you need that added help, join my membership community, my inner circle, which is changing its name to ThinWithin Life soon. And I would love to help you because you do not need to journey through losing 50 pounds alone. I felt so alone in my journey to lose weight, and you do not have to feel alone. I'm so sensitive to that for all of you because I just don't want you suffering in silence. I don't want you isolating this holiday season. I don't want you to feel terribly when you could be in a community of other women that we are so good at this. We can put you in accountability groups, Marco Polo groups. We can work with you to get you connected to us and to other people who are going through this journey as well, who have already lost 50 pounds, who have already lost 30 pounds, who are right where you are, maybe just starting. Wherever you are, we want to help support you. So if you need some support this holiday season, you are feeling alone, you got 50 pounds to lose or more or less, we are here for you, okay? And I will leave, if you want to get connected to the my community, my member community, what I will do is I will put tomorrow when this goes live inside of the podcast, I will put them in the show notes so you can join us, because I don't want you for a second feeling alone, feeling isolated, or being by yourself. All right, everybody, I am sending you so much love, so much joy. Really look at, if you need to watch this again and really, or listen to it again, whatever way you are consuming this, look at where are you at in relationship to these five bonus 6 areas. And what could you start to do today to start to get in front of them? All right, I'm sending you so much love. If you need anything at all, I'm here for you.